What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Nilsy, back with Hometown Commander, and we're back for another episode of our episode of $50 Upgrades, the show where we talk about our $50 upgrade to the Precon that we're covering today. Today we're looking at the Quick Draw Precon, headed up by Stella Lee from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Today I'm going to talk through the cards I would upgrade the deck with a $50 budget. $50 budget as of today, April 8th. If you look at this in the future, it may change slightly, but the list of every card I'm adding will be in the description below, so that you can just copy and paste those into whatever store you use, as well as the uploaded deck list will be down there below. Let's go through it. We're looking at 14 cards that we're adding to the deck. First up, Balmor, Battlemage Captain. A 2-mana 1/3 bird wizard that says whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, creatures we control get +1/+0 and trampled on the turn. This is going to allow us to take the tokens that we can make really easily when we're casting spells and buff them up to be good damage to our opponents, instead of just casting our spells. Firing Inscription, kind of like another copy of Gutter Snipe in the deck, dealing 2 damage to each opponent every time we cast an instant or sorcery, which is pretty cool. We're trying out the new Geralf. Whenever we cast a spell other than our first one each turn, we make a 2/2 black and blue zombie rogue creature token, and then whenever that zombie comes in, put a counter on it for each other zombie that entered the battlefield under our control this turn. I like this because the more spells we cast in the turn, the more tokens we're getting, and it really could just outproduce some of those other, spell slinging token producers, but it's going to be pretty cool nonetheless. Great Train Heist just seems like an interesting card. Can give us an extra combat on the first mode of the spree, can give first strike to all of our creatures on the second one, and for the third one can make us a bunch of treasures to fuel a future turn of spells. I like it, and with how wide we're going to go with these creatures that make tokens every time we cast a spell, I think that's going to be really relevant. Most red-blue spell-slinging decks really love Jeska as well, a card that can add a ton of red mana or give you cards off the top to play until end of turn. Most time you're choosing the first one, getting a red mana for each card in target opponent's hand, pick your opponent with the most cards in hand, net a bunch of red mana, and keep going on slinging your spells that turn. Poppet Stitcher is another creature that makes tokens every time we cast a spell, and if we want to begin our upkeep, we can actually flip Poppet Stitcher over and turn all of our tokens into 3/3s with no abilities to kind of give a final push if we need to push in for damage. Press the Enemy seems like a really fun card, returning target spell or non-land permanent to its owner's hand that our opponent controls. And we can cast an instant or sorcery with equal or less mana value from our hand without paying its mana cost. It can effectively kind of counter a spell by putting it back in its opponent's hand and getting something for free, but again, just fun, tricky card that could get us another free cast. If we did this in response to somebody's spell, Press the Enemy would be cast number 1. What we cast from our hand would be cast number 2, and allowing Stella to exile that card and get us moving down that path. Adding a pair of removal spells in Reality Shift and Resculpt, both exiling a creature. Resculpt can actually exile an artifact. And Resculpt will give them a 4/4 elemental. Reality Shift manifests the top card of their library, but either way, we're getting rid of a pesky thing and exiling it so it potentially can't come back unless we target somebody's commander. Shore Up is a pretty great way to untap Stella and give her a teeny bit of protection if need be. This is great on those turns where we get up to those 3 spells, tap Stella to copy a spell, untap her, and then potentially tap her again. Stormcarved Coast wanted to add in because I actually think this Precon has a really solid mana base for a 2-color deck, but hey, why not add in another good land, and it just got that cool reprint in Doctor Who, so it's a little bit cheaper. The deck has Izzix in it, but it doesn't have the Talismans. I thought I'd throw it in there. It's pretty cheap getting cheaper now thanks to its reprints in the Fallout decks, so they shouldn't be too hard to find, and should be getting a teeny bit cheaper. Just another 2-mana mana rock that can help us ramp up. Thousand Year Storm, the deck has Mizzix Mastery and Arcane Bombardment, but I really like Thousand Year Storm with both of those, just getting you a lot more copies of your spells and going absolutely ham on the turns where you can cast a bunch of spells. I really like Thousand Year Storm, and it's one of those cards where if we can get it out and plan around it, you can get a lot of value. And then Twisted Fealty, just another way to untap Stella, get more chances to tap her and copy the same spell, and get more value. Those are my ideas for the cards to add. I'd love to know what you think of my ads down in the comment section below. What did I miss? What cards are you adding to Stella Lee that I didn't mention? I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comment section below. The deck list is going to be in the description, the list for you in the description, and we'll catch you guys next time.